At least 10 people have been killed in a car bombing in the Syrian capital Damascus, state media report, on the fourth day of a supposed ceasefire. State TV said women and children were among the victims of the attack in the southeastern district of Damascus. Earlier, activists said government jets had bombed Damascus, in the northeast. UN envoy Lakhdar Brahimi, who brokered the truce over the Islamic holiday of Eid al-Adha, said he regretted that both sides were not complying with it. "The situation is bad and thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." "Getting worse," he told reporters in Moscow after talks with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Continue reading the main story. Quote, "It will not discourage us because Syria is very important and the people of Syria deserve our support and interest." Lakhdar Brahimi, UN envoy to Syria, but Mr. Brahimi nevertheless insisted that he would not be discouraged by the apparent failure of his initiative, which he had hoped would allow the political process to develop and lead to a permanent end to hostilities. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. It will not discourage us because Syria is very important and the people of Syria deserve our support and interest," he added. "We think this civil war must end, and the new Syria has to be built by all its sons." Mr. Lavrov said that the opposition's allies in the West and in the Middle East should realize that without dialogue with the Syrian government no solution would be found. At least 110 people, including 39 civilians, 34 rebel fighters and 35 security forces personnel, were killed on Sunday, according. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." To Syria, an Observatory for Human Rights (SOHR), the UK-based activist group. Cross-border shelling. The BBC's Jim Muir in Beirut says there has been no real pause in hostilities in Syria since the 4-day ceasefire supposedly came into force on Friday morning. More than 420 people are said to have died. On Monday morning, videos were posted online by activists purportedly showing government aircraft bombing Damascus. The footage also showed people being dug out of the rubble and fleeing the area. The army is conducting raids on agricultural lands and orchards. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Around the capital, because the rebels are trying to regroup and to strengthen their positions there, a security official told the AFP news agency. There were also reportedly air raids on towns and villages across the northwestern province of Idlib, where government forces and rebels have been fighting for control of the Wadi Dayf military base. The head of the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, Rami Abdul Rahman, said the airstrikes were the heaviest seen since the government started using warplanes earlier this year. The SOHR is one of the "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Most prominent organizations documenting and reporting incidents and casualties in the Syrian conflict. The group says its reports are impartial, though its information cannot be verified. Later, state media said a terrorist group had detonated the car bomb outside the bakery in Damascus, a predominantly Christian and Druze area of the capital. The government official told the Associated Press that the explosion had also wounded 41 people and caused heavy damage. The local coordination committee's LCC, an opposition activist network, said the car bomb appeared to have targeted a police station. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." The area was quickly cordoned off by security forces as ambulances carried casualties to hospital, it added. An earlier car bomb in Damascus during the holiday period was blamed by the authorities on Islamist militants in the rebel movement, but the opposition held the government itself responsible for the attack. In a separate development on Monday, the Turkish military fired back after a shell fired from Syria landed near the village of Bisaflan in the southern province of Hadi, state media said, amid clashes between Syrian soldiers and rebels in the nearby border town. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Of Haram. Turkish forces have responded to every cross-border shelling since 5 Turks were killed on October 3. No injuries were reported on Monday. According to opposition and human rights activists, more than 35,000 people have been killed since protests against President Bashar al-Assad erupted in March 2011, while the UN estimates at least 20,000 have died.